Okay, so in this video, I will demonstrate how to calibrate the AirCheck touchscreen air sampling pump, and also how to set up the impactor with the air sampling pump, then to make it ready for the particulate matter sampling. Okay. First, let's look at the setup or the pump and the calibrator. On the table, we have a AirCheck charge sample pump, which is on the charging station. And also it is connected to this impactor. And actually, this is the key device to collect the particulate matters on the filter. And the other device we are going to use is this Checkmate calibrator. So this used to calibrate the airflows provided from this touch sample pump or AirCheck touch sample pump. Okay. So first, before we start, let's take a look at what is inside of this impactor. So we also have a manual which detailed all the components in this impactor. So basically, in the impactor, we have three different filters. The top one is 25 millimeter impaction substrate or impaction filter. And there's another 25 millimeter filter to collect the particulate matter with the size between 10 to 2.5 micrometer. And the last filter is 37 millimeter quartz filter in our case, which collected a particulate matter at 2.5 micrometer. Okay, so basically it has several different components. And first, if you want to open this, actually you just unscrew the cap. And this is a cap with O-ring. And also you can see a white plastic support. And on top of this support, actually, this is the first filter we call the substrate filter. And we will put the substrate filter here, so it will collect the samples with size larger than 10 micrometer. Okay. And after that, let me just put this aside. So after that it is a PM 2.5 inlet, this golden ones. All you need is just unscrew it. It's not super tight, so it's easy to unscrew it. I just put it here. And then you can see another white support here. So on the top, it is a filter cassette top with a filter retainer. So this is the filter retainer. Actually, you can just take it out very easily. So you can see this is the filter retainer. And under this retainer, actually, this is the 25 millimeter quartz filter in our study. Okay. And below this, let me put this back. Okay. Actually, below this is the final filter, which is 37 millimeter quartz filter in this study. We just have this is called a cassette opener. All you need is to insert this cassette opener to the side, and then you should be able to open this relatively easily. Okay, so then you take it out. You can see it's kind of a metal mesh. So it's just a support. So you put this back. On top of this metal mesh, we have to put a 37 millimeter quartz filter. Okay, so that's all the components of this impactor. So let's just set it up. So this is the bottom where the exhaust coming from this little hole here. And we put this kind of 37 millimeter quartz filter onto this metal mesh support. In this case, I put a pre-measured 37 millimeter quartz filter into a filter holder. So all you need is open this and use a tweezer, and then put this filter on top of this support, or the mesh support. Okay, and then put this cassette top on top of this filter, and just press it. Okay, you should be able to hear the clicks. If the 25 millimeter quartz filter is not on top of this cassette, you also need to put that 25 millimeter quartz filter into this. So all you need to do is to remove this, cassette or filter retainer, and then put the filter on top, and then put this filter retainer back and press it. That should be good to go. Okay. But once this filter cassette is ready, all you need is just put it back to the holder, and then put the PM 2.5 inlet on top of the cassette and screw down the inlet and make sure it's secure and tight. Okay, on top of this PM 2.5 inlet, you need to put this filter cassette into it and make sure the filter, another filter is on top of this, because substrate filter is on top of this cassette holder. And the last step is to put the cap back on and make sure you screw the cap, okay, and also tighten it up. Okay, that should be okay. So first, make sure you have all the three filters in the right position. And actually, the two 25 millimeter filters are different types. And on the top, we have we call substrate filter. Although the size is also 25 millimeter, but it is different from the 25 millimeter quartz filter, on top of the bottom cassette. So make sure you differentiate these two type of filters. So make sure the O-rings are in the right position, and then it's ready to use. Okay. So once the pump is fully charged, we can just remove the pump from the charging station. Okay. This is the pump. Before we use the pump, actually, we also need to calibrate the pump. According to the manual, for this impactor, the desirable flow rate is 3 liters per minute. So in this case, we need to calibrate the pump to provide the airflow at 3 liters per minute. And also make sure you put set up this impactor first, which means you need to put all the filters into this impactor, and then you are ready to calibrate the pump with the impactor. For every sample collection, we need to recalibrate this impactor with pump with this kind of calibrator we call checkmate calibrator. So the calibration itself is quite straightforward. You can see from this calibrator, it has an adapter. So all you need is to connect this adapter to the top of this impactor. So just click and connect it, and then press it. Make sure it's all the way to the adapter. Okay, so press it. You can see now it's all the way to the adapter. Then we can turn on this calibrator. So you just one button, press the power on. It will monitor the airflow from the vacuum tube. Now it's ready to turn on the power on the pump. So for the pump, there's one power button on the side of the pump. So all you need to press the power button, and then the screen is on. Okay. So you open the plastic cover. We want to calibrate the airflow at 3 liters per minute. So at the setting icon, we click setting, and then the top option is calibrate. So we just press calibrate. So in this case, we want to calibrate the airflow manually. So we press the last option, which is manual. So we just press manual calibration, and then we just click OK. So first, you need to input the airflow or the desirable airflow you want to calibrate. In this case, we want to use 3 liters. So 300. Okay, and then press yes. Okay, and then you will feel the vibration from the pump. So you can see the real airflow. Actually, you can read it from this calibrator. So now the airflow is 2.627. It's not 3.00 liters per minute. So what we need to do is to increase the airflow on the screen. So we just press the increase button. So you can see there is a factor in the second row. So now it's increased by 0.5. Actually, according to my experience, you probably need to increase this a bit. And then you can see from the other screen, the real airflow is increasing. However, still is not 3.0 liter per minute yet. So we need to increase this more. We just press increase. Okay, it's 2.8. So actually, you can see in the previous calibration, even with the maximum adjustment factor, the real flow rate from the calibrator is still not 3.0 liter per minute yet. So what I did is to check if there are any leak from the impactor and the connections of tubing, and we just secure this kind of impactor again, and then I check the flow rate again. So actually, you can see after I secure all the connections, actually the real flow rate is more than 3.00 liter per minute. So in this case, I need to recalibrate this. So we still select the manual calibration, and yes, so we input 3.00 liter per minute. For the real-time airflow is 2.8. So I can increase this adjustment factor. Then I can see an increase of airflow from the calibrator. By the way, I need to increase more. Okay, so it's not there yet. Let's just increase to 8. Okay, so after I increase this adjustment factor in the second row, just by pressing this arrow button. So now the airflow is very close to 3.00 liter per minute. So then it's ready to use. I just accept this calibration, press the button in the center, then it's ready. So we just click OK. So it's ready to use. So once you calibrate this pump, all you need to do is just click the run button to test, for example, to test again. And in this case, I press the run button and I double check the airflow from the pump. So in this case, okay, it's very close to 3.0. It's 2.999 or 3.008. So that should be good enough for the experiment or sample collection. And here I want to stop the pump because for the real sample collection, we can set up a program. In this case, we can select the program button, which is second to the bottom. This button, okay? So we can, the third option is called timed sample. We can set up a time range so the air sampling can be performed in that time period. So in this case, we click the timed sample. You can choose P1, P2, P3, P4. Those are just different type of programs. So in this case, we can select P1, for example. Since P1, I already have a program in P1. Let's just use P2 as a example. So P2, flow rate here, we want to put 300. That's a desirable flow rate for our experiment. And then we want to collect the sample continuously. So we choose continuous. And the duration, the unit is minute. For example, if we want to collect the sample for 8 hours, or in another word, 480 minutes. So we select OK. And it asks you if you want to put a start time or not. If you put a start time, for example, if you click yes, you need to set up a start time, and the pump will start to collect the sample at that specific time. So you don't need to, wait until that time period to click the run button. The pump will start run the sample collection automatically. And if you click no, that means you need to click the run button to collect the air sample. Okay, so since I click no, so once this setting is ready, you need to set up everything, the impactor, the pump. Of course, we already calibrated the pump. You need to remove this adapter from the impactor. So then it's ready to set up the pump with impactor to the vest of firefighter, or if you have a tripod, you can put this on the tripod. So it's ready for the sample collection. So when this is set up, you just click the run button. Okay, so the screen is locked after you click the run button. So all you need is just close the window and let it run for 8 hours also. So it will automatically stop after 8 hours because the setting is 8 hours. Anyway, if you want to stop the pump or stop the sample collection before the 8-hour timeline, all you need to just open the cover, and it's locked. All you need to unlock the screen. You just touch the screen, and to unlock the screen, you need to press 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay. Then the screen is active, so you can just press the stop button here. So it will stop the pump and stop the sample collection. And then you close it and press the power button to turn off the pump. And also the next step is bring everything back to the lab. And then, okay, we need to remove the filters from the impactor, put that into a storage bag or storage container. Then we can analyze the particular matters on the filters. So to remove the filter, we just screw the cap, and then we use a tweezer to remove the filter from the top cassette, put it to a filter keeper, or we call filter keeper, or other type of storage bag. Okay, and then label it. And then you need to remove the top cassette and also unscrew the PM 2.5 inlet. Unscrew this. Put this on the side. Then you have the second cassette here, and take it out. We have 2 different filters into this cassette. So first we remove the 2.5. There's 2.5 filter on the top. So we need to remove this kind of cassette or filter retainer. So you just need to use tweezer to remove it, put it on the table, okay, and take out the filter, put that into another filter keeper. Okay. Here. And then the last one, the last filter, you need to use the cassette opener. So you can see just insert cassette opener and then open it. Okay, so after open it, you can see the 37 millimeter filter is inside of the cassette on top of that metal mesh support. So all you need is to take out the filter and put this to another filter keeper. Okay. And label all the 3 filters on top of those filter keeper boxes. Okay, and they are ready for the chemical analysis. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'm happy to answer the questions. Thank you.